she's starting to forget that I talk in her own voice because she sings everything, and it's a good thing because she's a beautiful voice, but it's awesome. She sings absolutely everything. She never.
I think we all sing.
True.
Yeah, I think.
What's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be discussing the downfall of actress and singer Victoria Justice and what really happened to her career. We're going to be deep diving into some cast feuds since she was a teen icon for Nickelodeon and just some reasons as to why she isn't as big today. Quick disclaimer, some of these topics will include some sensitive information like child stars exploitation, substance use, and other topics, so if you are uncomfortable with any of the topics I will be discussing, I won't be offended if you kindly exit the video and tune into the next one. So let's get into it. Now, you've probably heard of the name Victoria Justice before, and her name has not been mentioned or talked about in the media for probably the past 10 years. She definitely had her prime of her career during the early days of Nickelodeon, meaning, early 2000s to late 2010s. She was the main cast member in Zoey 101, where she played Lola Martinez, and this was one of her first big roles, and she began working on more projects with Nickelodeon throughout the years. Fun fact, when she was younger, she was even featured in one episode of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, so she was definitely hustling as a child star. It wasn't her big break until she was casted as Tori Vega in her hit teen show Victorious, and Victoria played the main character, and the show was a play of her own name, obviously, Victorious. So if you've watched Victorious, all of the main cast members attend an arts and talent school where most of them sing, they dance, they do arts theater. So outside of the show, a lot of the cast members were simultaneously pursuing music and using their fame from the series to elevate their own music careers. For example, Ariana Grande was put on the map after playing Kat in Victorious, and she quickly became a fan favorite because of her very ditzy personality and unique and strong singing voice. Liz Gillies, who also played Jade, became notable for her sassy character and incredible singing voice as well. And then we have Leon Thomas III, who played Andre, and he was known as an incredible musician and talented singer/songwriter in the cast. He is now a very successful songwriter and producer who's behind many of our favorite hits, even Snooze by SZA. So to summarize, all of the cast members basically knew how to sing, they know how to play an instrument, something in the musical arts. But even though it was supposed to be Victoria's show and Tori's story, she quickly was left behind by so many fans choosing the side characters over her. They all preferred Kat, Jade, Beck, hell, even Robbie and Trina, because all of these characters have distinct personalities that made them stand out. They made the show much more entertaining than Tori's character did. Tori's character has been villainized and deemed as basic and boring for so many years that it eventually affected Victoria's career outside of the show. Now when people see her in other projects, they only attach that child-friendly image to her, and most people will always just remember her as Tori Vega. Fun Size was a 2012 film that Victoria was featured in as the main character. I did watch this when it came out, and it wasn't that good, but it was definitely a cheesy attempt at a new teen comedy movie. It did pretty bad in the box offices. It was rated at 25% on Rotten Tomatoes and only earned $11 million in the box office. In 2013, the sad and inevitable moment happened. Victorious was canceled and there was no proper ending. The fans still talk about how there should be a reunion or a reboot now to bring back memories, but I don't know if the majority of the cast would really agree to that just because where they are now in their lives and careers. But it would be really cool to see an ending where the cast graduates from Hollywood arts and they each have a brief story of where the next stage of their lives are going to be. These kids were aspiring artists, filmmakers, actors. Like, it would have been really nice to see a proper ending for them. So many people were heartbroken that the show only lasted 3 seasons and was cut off abruptly. So why did Victorious end? We may never know the real reason or if these rumors are true, but let me just break down some of the theories for you. After Victorious ended, Ariana got her own spin-off with Jeanette McCurdy, and Sam and Cat was born. Both iCarly and Victoria's worlds collided into one show, and fans started slamming Ariana, blaming her for the end of Victorious because they believed that the creation of Sam and Cat interfered with Victorious. And Ariana responded to a fan on her Ask FM and said this: "Sweetheart, the only reason Victorious ended is because one girl didn't want to do it. She chose to do a solo tour instead of a cast tour. If we had done a cast tour, Nickelodeon would have ordered another season of Victorious while Sam and Cat filmed simultaneously, but she chose otherwise. I am sick of this BS." And then this response from Victoria was allegedly directed towards Ariana's Ask FM response. She tweeted, "Some people would throw someone that they consider a friend under the bus just to make themselves look good. Hashtag stop being a phony. Hashtag if they only knew." So now that people believe that she was the reason that the show ended, she got even more villainized and people were sending her a lot of hate. And to clarify, Victoria did not do a solo tour as a solo artist. She was invited to headline Big Time Rush's tour during the time, so it was blown out of proportion for sure. And Big Time Rush's tour was the one that Ariana was referring to. A lot of people, especially Ariana stans, were criticizing her, calling her untalented, jealous, boring, and saying how Ariana got the music career that she wished that she had. All sorts of messed up stuff. This really damaged her brand because it made it hard for her to detach herself from that drama and her role as Tori. Her music career wasn't as successful as her peers, and she did make some good music for the 2010s, but it didn't really seem to stick with people or make her stand out. The truth not a lot of people may know is that Victoria was left out a lot from the cast activities. Jeanette McCurdy, who plays Sam in iCarly, reveals this in her book, where she was allegedly encouraged to take substances and drink as a minor to give her more of an edge. According to Jeanette, she states that the creator of the show, you guys know, the creepy Nickelodeon monster, he told her this when she refused to drink since she was a minor. The Victorious kids get drunk together all the time. The iCarly kids are so wholesome. We need to give you guys a little edge. Now, this explains a lot because a while back, she did an interview with 17 magazine. She revealed that she has tried things like that before, but she didn't enjoy it. She didn't want to disappoint her fans who wanted her to be more edgy and bad girl-like, but she also didn't want to put a facade on. It was rumored that Victoria kept to herself a lot, and she didn't really hang out with the cast outside of the show. You can see so many videos of them hanging out deep down in Ariana's channel archives, and she's nowhere to be found in any of the footage. She did often do her own video vlogs and diaries, but we never see her with the rest of the cast. And it was alleged that the rest of the cast were given substances and drinks by producers, and Victoria wanted nothing to do with any of that. And Victoria was often excluded from group activities even after the show ended. The cast was often spotted hanging out at events, birthday parties, and seemed super close with each other. Even to this day, we know that Ariana and Liz are best friends. Matt and Daniela have been featured in Ariana's music videos. Even Leon helped Ariana elevate her music career and wrote and produced so many pieces for her. It seemed like they all remained super close without her being included. I don't know if it's supposed to be intentional that they're leaving her out, because some people just said, she's an introvert, she didn't want to engage in the activities they were doing. Maybe, because they're just co-workers, they kept it strictly professional. It was alluded that the entire cast were exploited as minors, and since Victoria did not want to be a part of that, she kept that to herself often. But it's unfortunate because so many people hated her for no reason, especially because they believed that she thought she was better than the cast and that she thought she was bigger than them. For a long time, she had to keep clearing her name over the years. She stated that her going on tour had nothing to do with the executives' decisions and that it was beyond her authority that the show was canceled.
I feel like these rumors have been going on for way too long. Everyone thought that I was this bully and that I was mean to her, which couldn't be further from the truth. Sure, we have had our differences, but at the end of the day, everyone in the cast of Victorious was a family, and I love and respect all of them. It was just this ongoing thing, and then people were blaming me, saying that I was selfish for going on tour and that I was the reason why Victorious was canceled, which first of all couldn't be further from the truth because I am not a Nickelodeon executive. I have absolutely no power over whether or not the show continued on. Hopefully now that she's talked about it, I've talked about it, there's no feud. We can put this behind us now and we can practice what Frozen preaches, my friends, and let it go to
let it go. All right.
Then obviously the I think we all sing meme went viral years after it was posted, and people began hating on her again. So this viral meme became extremely huge and people flooded her comments for months, even some today. So her name started getting attached to this meme, and people would just always comment things on that. People continued calling her bitter, jealous, pick me, all the things that you could imagine. She definitely minds her own business and isn't problematic, so it's unfortunate to see that so many instances damaged her career and the fact that she could have been bigger than what she is now. All the castmates don't have beef with one another and have cleared the air over the years, and it seems like they're all in different spaces in their lives right now. I do believe that Victoria Justice received an immense amount of unnecessary hate over the years. Should she choose to step into the spotlight again, I hope the public will be more embracing and supportive of her because she does have talent and star potential. Maturing is realizing that Victoria Justice was done dirty and failed by not only the industry, but her own fan base. It's also realizing that she is owed a huge apology and should be given another chance. That's all I have for today's video. I will leave my Jeanette McCurdy and Dan Schneider videos in the description if you guys would like to learn more about the sketchy history of our favorite Nickelodeon days. Comment down below what you think about Victoria's story. Do you believe she deserves an apology from the public? Let me know below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.